talk about the most special man in my life. If you look up the 7 core values of a member of the U.S. Army, you will find that they are loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage, or leadership for short. These values guide soldiers in their actions and decisions both on and off duty and form the foundation of the Army profession. When I think of those words, there truly is no other man that I've met on this planet who embodies them more. My father is someone who will give his shirt off at his back, even if he doesn't have another to give. He stands up for those who can't. He's shown me how to guide myself through morals and principles, while also showing me to respect others, even if we have different viewpoints. He's the most selfless man I've ever met. He donates the majority of his time to others first, and leads by example on how we should treat others, like we would want to be treated. My dad's one of the lucky ones coming back from war and assimilating into civilian life very well. He's the most level-headed man I've ever met on any topic that you can think of. He's the strong, silent type that isn't looking for recognition for what he did. So him being here today means the world to me. We need more veterans like my dad. You know that friend in your group that when we talk, everyone listens? That's my dad, and it always has been. And I'd love to introduce you all to him today. Michael Raymond Vosberg was born on May 30th in 1946 in Mankato, Minnesota. He attended St. Peter and Paul's Catholic School for 5 years, at which time the family moved to Escondido, California for 4 years. The family returned to Fulda, Minnesota in 1960, and he graduated from Fulda High School in 1964. Michael moved to Worthington and graduated from Worthington Community College in 1966. Following graduation, he enlisted in the United States Army on January 17, 1967. After basic training at Fort Lewis, Washington, he received advanced training at Fort Benning, Georgia, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and the Army's Intelligence School at Fort Hallberg, Maryland. Michael was then deployed to Vietnam in July of 1967, where he was sent to the MAC-V Advisory Team, number 27, in the Binh Dinh Province, which is about 250 miles northeast of Saigon in the central highlands of Vietnam, where he spent most of his year in combat. There, Advisory Team number 27 were advisors to the 21st South Vietnamese Infantry Division, and he was a field interrogator in an intelligence and reconnaissance platoon. What did an average day out in the field look like? It involved having breakfast, then looking for the enemy, having a lunch of reconnaissance rations, then looking for the enemy some more, all while carrying a rucksack weighing around 46 pounds. My dad told me, quote, "The only positive from the war was when you made it to the night, is you were alive to see another day." After 12 months of being in Vietnam, in July of 1968, he was lucky to survive too many firefights to count, 3 bouts of malaria, and walking through far too much Agent Orange. He then left Vietnam. The Army assigned him to the JFK Center for Military Assistance at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, where he worked at the G2 as an assistant planner and strategic analyst. While at Fort Bragg, he was sent to Ethiopia in Addis Ababa, which is the capital, from October 1968 until March of 1969. While he was there, he was on a training mission for the Ethiopian Army. More specifically, it was about MOS, or Military Occupational Specialty. That's when some basic essentials are shown, such as how to shoot a rifle, how to drive a tank, how to shoot a mortar. But for my dad, that meant something different. How to teach interrogation. Michael Raymond Vosberg was honorably discharged with a rank of an E5. And for those of you who don't know, you start as a private, which is essentially like an E0, and work your way up. What matters as far as rising in your rank is your time, behavior, and accomplishments. From the time that my father was in the military, he ascended quickly to an E5, taking less than 3 years while most take 4 or 5. Upon his discharge from the 7th Special Forces Group on December 22nd, 1969, he enrolled at Mankato State College, receiving his Bachelor of Science degree in Social Work with a minor in English in May of 1972. He was employed by the Minnesota Department of Corrections as an adult parole/probation agent in northwest Minnesota for 16 years. He married Deborah Carlsrud in 1975 and then later divorced, and he was then employed as a staff writer for the Daily Globe right here in Worthington, Minnesota for 12 and a half years. On July 14, 1990, he married my mother, Margaret Groba of Mankato, at First Lutheran Church right here in Worthington. During the 2000-2001 school year, he was hired right here at District 518 as our attendance officer, whereupon he retired on June 30th of 2017. Since his retirement from District 518, he has enjoyed traveling and taking fishing trips with our family while putting up with my shenanigans. Mike enjoys talking about history and politics, and he is also an election judge and has been since 2013 right here in Worthington. Dad also loves to read a lot of Robert Ludlum and also loves to write down every detail of every appointment he has ever had. I'm sure that was a military thing. Playing pool for Xander's cues with his teammates since 1989 has also been a favorite pastime, as well as taking our annual themed Christmas cards with our family. Dad was a Nobles County DAV van driver for the Veterans Administration, transporting veterans to the Sioux Falls VA and Spirit Lake VA clinic from 2017 to 2025 because, as he says, it's the least I can do for my fellow veterans. My father is a member of our church at First Lutheran here in Worthington, where he drove our church van for 15 years. He's also been a member of the Disabled American Veterans, Vietnam Veterans of America, American Veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, or AMVETS, the American Legion, the Nobles County Historical Society, where he's on the board of directors, and the Worthington Men's Pool League. In closing, I want to leave you all with a thought. As I was watching a show just the other night on Netflix, one of the characters said, who was a child, "back in now." You've probably heard that phrase before, and for me it takes on quite a different meaning. Since talking with my dad and preparing for this speech, that phrase just seems to hit a little bit different. It tells me that the person saying it may be joking around or thinking that they're being funny, but until they actually talk to a vet who has lived through that experience and inevitable trauma of war, they just don't quite understand how that might make a vet really feel. I'd like to thank Emma Oslam for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I'd also like to thank all the kids who are here in the choir and the orchestra. You guys are amazing. To all the veterans who do our flags and caps, to everyone who helped out today to make this thing happen, because I've been coming to these for 20 years. And I've always wanted to speak about my dad, because he's a great example of what a veteran should be. So thank you. And I'd like to thank all the veterans out there who sacrifice so much so that we can live in a country where we can have choices and make different decisions than others. Thank you for your courage and tenacity in the face of peril, knowing that you might not make it home to your loved ones. Your sacrifices will be remembered in our history books forever. Thank you for your service. Amen.
Thank you, Michael Lockwood, for your service. Next up, we have the Young Marines. The Young Marines is a national youth program that promotes leadership, teamwork, and discipline. Focused on building strong character and citizenship, the program emphasizes patriotism, community service, honoring veterans, and living a healthy, drug-free lifestyle. Today, members of the Buffalo Ridge Young Marine, Private First Class Brendan Nelson, Corporal Jury Starr, Private First Class Damian Nelson, Private First Class Rebecca Tu, and Private First Class Jackson Marcotte will demonstrate how to properly fold the United States flag. As the flag is folded, Brendan Nelson will explain the meaning behind each of the 13 folds. Each fold carries a special significance symbolizing principles such as life, liberty, faith, and honor, reflecting the deep respect and values our nation's flag represents. Today, this ceremony serves as a tribute to the men and women who have served our country, showing gratitude and respect on Veterans Day.
our country and dealing with other countries, may she always be right, but it is still our country, right or wrong. The sixth fold is for where our hearts lie. It is with our heart that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all her enemies, whether they are found with or without the boundaries of our republic. The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day, and to honor Mother for whom it flies on Mother's Day. The ninth fold is a tribute to womanhood, for it has been through their faith, their love, loyalty, and devotion that the character of the men and women who have made this country great has been molded. The tenth fold is a tribute to the Father, for he too has given his sons and daughters for the defense of our country since they were first born. The 11th fold, in the eyes of a Hebrew citizen, represents the lower portion of the stele of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies in their eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12th fold, in the eyes of a Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity, and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. 13th fold, when the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our nation's motto, "In God we trust." After the flag is completely folded and tucked in, it takes on the appearance of a cocked hat, ever reminding us of the soldiers who served under General George Washington, the sailors and Marines who served under Captain John Paul Jones, who were followed by their comrades and shipmates in the armed forces of the United States, preserving us for the rights, privileges, and freedom we enjoy today. The next time you see a flag ceremony honoring someone that has served our country, keep in mind all the important reasons behind each and every moment. They have paid the ultimate sacrifice for all of us by honoring our flag and our country.
Hoorah!
Thank you, young men, for showing us the significance of both and the American flag, and thank you for serving our community. Next in our program, we invite Mrs. Scott Burns, Minnesota Citizenship teacher at Worthington Middle School, to share her experience and gratitude for Veterans Day.
Good morning, Worthington Middle School. Good morning, honored guests. A special good morning to all of our veterans here today. I've entitled my talk, "Shake the Hand of a Veteran." This is a pretty simple phrase, but it's also powerful. When I travel, if I see a person in uniform, I try to take a few moments to thank them for their service. It wasn't always this way for me, and I'll try to explain my change of heart. People join the military for many reasons. For some, it's a way out of poverty. For some, it's a path to getting a better education, both while they serve and after they rotate out. Some are patriots who just have a deep love of their country. Others are like the family on the screen. Grandpa served, Dad served, aunts and uncles served. And now their children follow that tradition of serving. Serving your country is one of the noblest things a person can do. That's why you should shake the hand of a veteran. My years in elementary school were marked by the Vietnam War. This was a war that deeply divided the country. In the first draft of history, the men and women who served in the armed services were often unjustly blamed for this deeply unpopular war. have a better life. It's not the way in most other careers in America. Too often, we sacrifice others so that we can get ahead. The veterans of our country have an important lesson to teach the rest of us about the meaning of the word service. Come on. I would like to direct your attention to the next picture. This is my cousin, Jeffrey Ziner. He's quite a bit younger than myself, but he proudly joined the Marine Corps after graduating from high school. He went into combat twice. First, he was sent to Panama to topple the dictator. Then he was sent to Kuwait because Saddam Hussein had invaded that country for its oil. He survived both of his times in combat. I would like to be able to shake Jeff's hand, thank him for his service. I cannot. When he returned to the United States, he planned to leave the Marines, met a young woman in Georgia, and planned to marry. He was already a stepdad to her children. I wonder what else he might have become. Before leaving the Marine Corps, he was killed when his car was hit by a truck. I'll never forget the letter that was read at his funeral. Dear wise sergeant, knew that sometimes with combat you don't come home. Jeff wanted this letter destroyed. My aunt stated, in it he expressed how much he loved his mother and his two sisters. My aunt was a single mother and she worked hard to raise her children. He loved his country and he loved safeguarding it as a Marine. There's another reason why we should shake the hand of a veteran. They are sometimes called upon to do the most dangerous things to protect the rest of us. All right, I need all of your help now. Please stand. I didn't get the chance to say thank you for your help. I'm hoping that everyone in this gym clap their hands and cheer as loud as they can to help say thank you to my cousin, Jeffrey Ziner, United States Marine.
Into the school and displaying all of the photos of those that I have. It will be left up the whole month of November. Thank you to everyone who submitted a photo of a veteran to include in our video tribute. It just goes to show that veterans touch all our lives and are deserving for us taking the time to celebrate and honor them.
I'd like to take this
opportunity on behalf of the students of Worthington Middle School to say thank you to all our veterans for attending today. It means so much to have you here, so we can honor for all you gave and to continue to give to our country. We would not be here today if it wasn't for your service and sacrifice. To honor your service and conclude our program today, the 8th grade orchestra